समझ आ गई? इसको कहते हैं तहियतुल मस्जिद. Tahiyatul masjid. Whenever you come to the masjid, don't sit until you prayed 2 rakats. So if you regard this hadith to be the base hadith, that means whenever you come to the masjid, you should pray 2 rakat. Be it after Fajr, before Fajr, after Asr, before Maghrib, whenever you come to the masjid, you should pray 2 rakats. There is another hadith of the Prophet ﷺ in which he said, La salata ba'd al-Fajr, and in another hadith the Prophet said, La salata ba'd al-Asr. There is no prayer after Fajr and after Asr. After Fajr and after Asr there is no prayer. So now when you put these 2 hadiths together, you can either regard the hadith of coming to the masjid and praying as the base hadith. So it means whenever you come to the masjid, you should always pray 2 rakats, even after Fajr and after Asr. But if you come after Asr, don't pray anything else, only 2 rakats. And because the Prophet said no prayer, so don't pray anything else. Lekin 2 rakat phir bhi pad lo, but still pray 2 rakats. Yeah? Because you regard the hadith of coming to the masjid as the base hadith. And then the other one, you put it underneath it. But if you regard the other hadith as the important one, that after Asr and after Fajr there is no prayer, so that means whenever you come to the masjid, after Asr and after Fajr, you won't say the prayer. But if you come at any other time, then you will have to pray 2 rakat before you sit down. समझ आ गई कि अगर असर के बाद आएंगे, फजर के बाद आएंगे तो नहीं पढ़ेंगे, और उनके अलावा अगर आएंगे, जोर के लिए आएंगे तो पढ़ेंगे, इशा के लिए आएंगे तो पढ़ेंगे, असर से पहले आएंगे तो पढ़ेंगे. So it depends which hadith you give importance to, and different ulama have given importance to different hadiths. Hence we have the differences of opinion, not contradiction, not criticism and cursing and accusing, that look, the Prophet said this, and look, your Imam says this, so who are you going to follow? An ordinary person will say, yes, of course we have to follow the Prophet ﷺ. But he hasn't got the knowledge to say that this isn't the only thing the Prophet said. The Prophet has said something else as well. And then you have to take every hadith in context and in relation to other hadiths as well. कि एक hadith को सिर्फ उसी के मानी के साथ नहीं मानना, उस hadith को दूसरी hadith की रोशनी में मानना है. You have to understand every hadith in the light and context of other hadiths as well. So ordinary people don't have that understanding. Ek hadith Bukhari mein hai. Now the Prophet didn't give the guarantee after me follow Bukhari. Now you don't know what else is said regarding the same hadith, regarding the same issue in another hadith, in another book. So ordinary person don't have the right. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah has stated as well, if you follow a mujtahid scholar, or if you're Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, Hanbali, now all the Imams have said that, well, especially Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, it is said about him, if you find a sahih hadith which contradicts what I have said, throw what I have said on the wall and take the sahih hadith. कि अगर तुम्हें कोई सही हदीस मिल जाए जो मेरे कौल के खिलाफ हो, तो मेरे कौल को दीवार पर फेंक दो और सही हदीस पर अमल करो. Now there's 2 ways to look at it. You can either say, you get a sahih hadith, Imam Abu Hanifa said this, so reject it, throw it on the wall. Or you can say that Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, because he was a great Imam who's been followed for 13 centuries, and the decisions he took place, he took in the company of other ulama as well, and fuqaha have accepted and refined and accepted his fatwas for 13 centuries. So what he said must have been in light of sahih hadith. कि जो फतवा इमाम अबू हनीफा रहमतुल्लाह अलैह ने दिया या इज्तिहाद किया, वो भी सही हदीस की रोशनी में होगा. हाँ जी. And Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, is his ruling that if you are a muqallid of an imam, Hanfi or Shafi, and Imam Shafi has said something, or Imam Abu Hanifa has said something, and someone else brings you a sahih hadith which contradicts what the Imam has said, so what should you do? आप एक इमाम को मानते हैं और इमाम ने ये फरमाया कि अगर सही हदीस कोई आ जाए तो मेरे कौल को दीवार पर फेंको और सही हदीस पर अमल करो. तो आप तो आम आदमी हैं, सीधे साधे भोले भाले मुसलमान हैं, you are a simple Muslim. Someone brings you a call of Imam, the Imam says this, and look, sahih hadith says this. So who are you going to follow? No, you don't follow the hadith. What do you say, brother? although you bringing me this Sahih Hadith, and that appears to contradict what the Imam has said, but brother, I don't know what the Imam might have said, that must have also been based on Sahih Hadith as well. So you give the benefit of the doubt to the Imam that he must have also made his decision and ijtihad based on the Hadith. Otherwise, what sort of Imam is? Imam सही तौर पर सही हदीस की मुखालफत हो रही है, पर Imam ही क्या? You understand? So even if a person brings you a Sahih Hadith which appears to contradict what the Imam has said, ordinary person should not leave the qawl of the Imam, because give him the benefit of the doubt that what the Imam has said is also based on Sahih Hadith. You don't know, and that person might not know either the source or the reason for his ijtihad, which appears to be against this particular hadith, but this hadith in itself might be mansukh. हो सकता है कि ये हदीस जो आपको दिखा रहा है ये खुद मनसूख हो, and might be of an initial era and then have been superseded by something else which the Imam has presented. So ordinary people, like if you go to a doctor for a problem, one doctor prescribes you one medicine, another one gives you another medicine for the same illness. So you don't say this doctor is rubbish, the other doctor is good, so you switch. No, you stick to your plan of action. An ordinary person should stick to his Imam, and if a person does that, no problem. Otherwise a person will flip and change, he'll do somersaults in such a way, shaitan will throw him down like no man's problem. So there is nothing ambiguous, no bid'ah, no jahiliyyah, no shirk in any of this. This is all in light of Quran and the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is the mercy of Allah and such a fazl of Allah upon this ummah, that in this ummah there have been such great scholars who have presented to the ummah all the variations, all the different ways to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah grant us all the respect and all the understanding that we can all follow the right path. Finally, one more small point. Some people say, but we have to follow the haqq. We have to follow haqq. And if this is haqq, then, but haqq is not this is not haqq whether you place your hands here or here, whether you say Ameen loudly or lowly, or whether you raise your hand. Haqq are fundamental, clearly defined issues. Allah is haqq. Ya ayyuhan nasu inna wa'dallahi haqq. Allah is haqq. One of Allah's names, Al-Haqq. Allah is haqq. Allah's qawl is haqq. Allah's promise is haqq. Rasulullah is haqq. Qiyamah is haqq. Jannah is haqq. Jahannam is haqq. فَمَاذَا بَعْدَ الْحَقِّ إِلَّا الضَّلَالِ. And if the opposite of haqq is batil, is dalal. These are not issues of haqq and batil. ये हक़ और बातिल के मसले ही नहीं है. हक़ और बातिल का मसला इस्लाम और कुफर का मसला है. हक़ and batil is Islam and kufr, tawheed and shirk. And these are issues of haqq and batil. Whether you place your hands here or here is not haqq and batil. This is gross exaggeration, misunderstanding, jahiliyyah. This is an issue of khata and sawab. Perhaps it's right or wrong. Preference, this is preferred, that is preferred. These are not for the ordinary people to indulge in. This is for the mujtahids to indulge in, not for the ordinary people. Ordinary people should simply follow mujtahid scholars as Allah commands in the Quran, and that is the path of hidayat, and that is the path of safety. May Allah keep us on the right path. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa